Welcome to the Friday edition of Litter Media Live on this Juneteenth, 2026. June 13th, or 19th is the date. So
yes.
And you know the significance?
I do. And we're going to learn more about it in this date in history.
Very good. We will share that with you in just a matter of moments, so stick with us for that.
A good reason to stick through this whole program.
Mm-hmm. I'm Dan Ramey.
I'm Aaron Glandon.
And we want to start the weekend off with a look at the forecast for you today. A pretty day outdoors. Temperatures will reach the upper 70s, much like what we had yesterday, only not as many clouds as we saw yesterday. There was a line. I had taken my wife to Columbus for a doctor's appointment yesterday. There was a line of cumulus clouds that stretched probably, now this is the eye could see, probably for 200 miles in reality. But from what I was seeing, it went as far as I could see to the right, all the way to the left. It was an impressive line of clouds. And that, of course, after all those storms that we had on Thursday morning. But for the rest of the weekend, here's what we're looking at. We'll have a little bit of rain tomorrow afternoon, and then Father's Day looks pretty good. We have temperatures around 85 on Sunday, and we'll be in the upper 70s for tomorrow. So it looks like if I'm going to cut grass, I'm going to do it in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah. You started talking about the rain on Thursday, and I thought you were segueing into the video that you shot.
Well, we can save that.
Because I have that ready to go.
Well, we can save that for the news.
Okay.
Since pray for the folks down there. We didn't see or hear that there were a lot of injuries or anything like that. Praise the Lord. Mm-hmm. But we did see devastation. And if you've not seen that on our YouTube channel yet, we'll show that for you in the news coming up here in just a bit. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. When it's hot outside, you want it to be cool inside. When it's cold outside, you want it to be comfortable inside, right? And if it's wet where it ain't supposed to be, you need Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. When you click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, we embed the link to their website. And it's the same for all of our advertisers. Click on it. It takes you right to the advertiser. That's AccurateHVAC.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service. Local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Now it's time for news, and where can you find it?
Littermedia.com, doggone it. Go right there, and you'll be able to see a lot of what we're going to be talking about today. Also, you'll make sure you follow us on our Facebook, our Litter Media X, also YouTube, Spotify, and Litter Media Radio. All that information is in the upper right-hand corner of littermedia.com. Today is Juneteenth, and there are at least a couple of ways to celebrate here in Chillicothe. You can stop by the Pump House Center for the Arts between 11 and 6 today and see Christian Jones' Celebration of Freedom exhibit, which is going on as part of the Pump House's Juneteenth celebration. And make sure you get out to Poland Park anytime from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. today, as the NAACP has their fish fry, and that's at 132 South Hickory Street here in Chillicothe. A number of folks also are not working today because it's a federal holiday.
Yes.
For like banking institutions, post office, that sort of thing as well.
That's true. And while you're on,
you okay?
I don't know what that was. I'm kind of flustered because I was gonna do that story and you were gonna take the next one. But
I apologize.
You just went right ahead.
I
but
did.
That's all right.
Sometimes I bite off more than I can chew.
But that's all right. While you're downtown this weekend, make sure you stop by to see the new mural restoration outside of the poorhouse. This historic mural in downtown Chillicothe has a lot of history behind it, and we, speaking of Dan Ramey, recently talked with Ben Daughters as well as the barn artist to find out about the history of the mural as well as the work that went into restoring it.
You know, it's amazing. It feels great. This mural is such a beautiful tribute really to our past and to our heritage. It tells the story of Appalachia, hard work, agriculture, rolling your sleeves up, getting the job done. And it's really a testament to the heritage and history of our community.
Obviously, they didn't have a lift like what you have today, probably a scaffolding of some sort.
Well, how they would have done it is I have to do it a little bit differently because I'm trying to copy their work and go over top of it. But they would have gone in likely and blocked out the whole thing with blacked out the whole area, then gone over and just with a brush and just gone through and just you walk down and you mark it with a brush where you think the letter would be. Typically out on a barn, it's very much simpler in a lot of ways because you know where the center point is, so you know what center letters there are, and you would start there and work your way out. If it's a bigger barn, you know to mark your letters a little bit bigger. Here, it's different just because the style might be different. So I'm going to guess here, at the very least, they would have had paper, probably drawn it out on paper and grid, maybe even done a grid of some sort here to do that process. I'm guessing a few things I see. I'll see some brush marks. It almost looks like, I was there another sign here before this one? I don't think I'm seeing another sign. I'm seeing those brush marks where they would have, roughed out where the letters would be. Right. So I think that's what I'm seeing. Other areas, I can still see nail marks from like the circle there where they would have made a center nail and had a string and use another nail to go around and score the brick. I can still see the scoring of the brick.
Interesting conversation that I had with Scott Hagan as well as Ben Daughters. Thank you. Ben, I called him up on my way back from Columbus yesterday and I said, hey, you mind if we do that chat? I had forgotten about taking Missy to Columbus yesterday. And so that being said, the day prior, Ben and I said, yeah, let's get together about noon tomorrow and we'll do the interview. Well, I was in the car on my way to Columbus to the doctor for the wife at noon yesterday. So appreciate Ben helping out on that and his flexibility. But thank you also to Scott Hagan for the work that he did on this, the Ohio History Connection. There were a lot of others that were supporters of this financially. Great to see that. And we're not done from what we understand. Lighting is going to take place. It's been explained to me that there will be some arms that come off the rooftop, what you're seeing right there, and then probably extending about 3 feet out and then shining
That'll look good, yeah.
Effervescent light right onto the side of the building. I tried to retake this picture to zero success. And the reason I say that is
was
because
his crane in the way or his riser?
The limbs from the tree
Ah.
above where I stood to take that picture originally about 7 years ago have grown and come out. So I had the monopod with me, and I told my wife, I said, okay, I'm going to give you my phone, see if you can take this. And I just didn't have enough height on me to be able to push the limb completely out of the way.
You got to climb that tree.
I have to do something if we want to emulate that same photo in the same position.
Whose permission would I need to get to climb that tree? Because I love climbing trees.
Downtown Chillicothe?
Tiffany, can I climb that tree?
Maybe the tree commission might be another one to check in with.
Yeah, I'll be safe about it.
All I needed was a stepladder. If I could.
Oh, I have one. I have one in my house. I'll bring it.
Okay, it's a done deal. I guess we'll have to retake that picture.
Yes, we will.
All right.
Make sure you stop by Wheatberry Books on June 27th to get your copy of DAR Patriot Thomas Mustaine and his smoothbore musket, signed by local author Debbie Rossman. She'll be there signing copies on June 27th from 2 to 5 p.m. For more email, you can info rossman.rossman@gmail.com. And you can also go to our YouTube channel and watch our interview with Debbie, where she talks about the book. How long ago was that we talked to her?
A little over a month ago, I think.
But that's on our YouTube channel.
In late April.
And on our Spotify for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Before we get to the governor, let's take a look at that footage from what we saw last evening. Dan Jr. and I drove over towards Elm Grove last night to see the devastation that was left in the pathway. There you see where the storm came right over that hillside and stripped those trees. And the devastation was, there must have been 20 power trucks there trying to restore power and getting that all back together for everyone. As you can see, some of the roads were closed so that they could do the work. But there was one home in particular that was in the pathway of this. The home itself is standing. The rooftop is not. It is completely gone from the house. But I had the Litter Media drone up to see that. And just down in the right-hand corner, you see the white building there? That used to have a roof on it. And here it is, right there. Wow. And the barn in the background there, completely pushed down. So once that, we're suspecting it's a tornado. I've not heard the National Weather Service say yay or nay on it yet, but this looks like it's not high winds. It looks like it was a twister. But trees down all over the place. It was just a total mess. As you imagine, there's a lot of cleanup being done. There was some damage. This is another trailer that was in the way. There was a trailer on the other side of that. I didn't want to take video of it because the residents were there and they were dealing with cleanup and everything, and I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Right.
So we appreciate the folks in Elm Grove. They have had festivals year after year, but look at that, coming right over that hill and ripping all that through about 4:10 yesterday morning. And that's what's left in its wake. This is right along Route 32, so if you ever drive the Appalachian Highway, this is down by 772. I know we have 772 here in Chillicothe, but it goes through into Pike County and then drives on 32 for a ways and then jumps back over and goes south of 32. So I don't know why they've done that, but 772 has like 3 sections to it.
Yeah.
It's crazy all through Ohio. But there you see a sawmill was destroyed, and this is over closer to 772 off of 32. So appreciate my son being the driver, and he called me up and said, "Dad, you want to still go out and take a look at this?" And I said, "Sure." So let's go. But you can see all of this on our YouTube channel now. Just search Litter Media. All right, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel, and Ohio Department of Transportation Director Pamela Boraton, they announced an $8.5 million funding to improve transportation infrastructure to support ongoing economic development projects in 21 different counties, including $500,000 in Pickaway County. The construction project in Harrison Township includes a roundabout and turn lane improvements at intersection of 762 and Rickenbacker Parkway. Many of you will be traveling up to the air show. You'll probably find this the back way going up to Rickenbacker. This project will address safety and congestion issues and benefit freight and logistics movements in a quickly expanding area that has a lot of warehouses in it. And, of course, with the shipping coming to and fro with Rickenbacker, it's needed. So they're making sure this is taken care of. Over $250 million in capital investment will be invested in that area of Pickaway County that just continues to grow and grow and grow.
Now, this is something that I genuinely, this is a real question. What is the difference between $250 million in capital investments versus the $500,000 that's going to the transportation investments?
About $249 million.
Well, I mean,
$500,000.
Like, because the $500,000, that's part of that $8.5 million. Mm-hmm. What is that $250 million?
Good question. Off the top of my, I was just reading this today and not devouring it, but I know that wasn't there like $3.4 billion in the state budget, and as Mark Johnson was explaining when he was here Tuesday, there were 3 different sections to that budget. It's probably coming from that.
So the capital investment is different than the transportation infrastructure improvements. That's just a different fund that it's coming out of.
He said that there was 3 different sections, and some of that was appropriations that went out to like some of the things going on in his district, District 92, which you can see that interview and learn more about that on our YouTube channel. But it has to go through the Senate and the House and so on and so forth, and then gets to the governor's desk. But there are 3 different areas that it all funnels through, and ODOT is one of those for infrastructure.
Okay.
I hope that answered your question.
Sort of.
Okay.
Let's go on to the next story.
It was an answer. We came to that.
The 44th annual Older Adult Art Show, sponsored by the Area Agency on Aging District 7, will be held in September and October at Bristol Village in Waverly, Ohio. Anyone who is 55 years of age or older may participate. The event's official application form is available at the agency's website, which is www.aaa7.org, under the Current Updates section on the homepage, or those who are interested can call for an application to be mailed to them. 1-800-582-7277 is the number to call, or you can email info@aaa7.org. This year's deadline to submit artwork is August 14th to local senior sitters in the agency's 10-county district, or August 21st to their administrative office in Jackson. Art will be displayed at Bristol Village in Waverly at the Glen Activity Center's indoor walking track from September 21st all the way through October 16th of this year.
Leads you right up to pumpkin time.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, well.
Coming up, a correction on something that I said yesterday. I had my map wrong.
Your geography.
In my head.
Yes.
Geographically, I was incorrect. We'll explain coming up in sports.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe, and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Now it's time for a look at sports, and we will tell you who this week's Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week is, presented by Homeland Credit Union, in just a moment.
Yes, but first, let me stand corrected. As Chip Arledge used to say, let me stand corrected in my orthopedic shoes. I don't know why I said Indiana yesterday on Marion.
I don't know.
I had Illinois in my head.
You know Marion, Indiana does exist, so at least there's that.
Yes, but for whatever reason, Uncle Brusso, who used to work at the radio station, Bruce Harrell and his wife moved from Texas to Marion, Illinois, which is the home of the Thrillbillies, not Marion, Indiana. So my apologies for misleading and misinforming everyone yesterday.
We forgive you.
That's why he couldn't find it when he went to Indiana Wesley.
I was like, why is no one talking about this in this town, the very small town that I went to college in?
All right, now the bad news. The woes continue for the Chillicothe Paints. I've lost track of how many games they've lost straight. I think this is 5. They need to get back on the winning track. They need to do that, and they could do it in Du Bois County tonight as they take on the Bombers again this evening. How the road trip started. They'll see if they can get that taken care of. But a 6-3 loss yesterday to Thrillville.
Look at that. They're in front of a Shawnee State banner.
They are.
All the way in Illinois. How about that?
That is incredible.
Small world. The Reds, they will play the Yankees in New York tonight. They didn't do anything last night. Mm-hmm. Had an off night.
Here's hats off to you, New York, I think is how the song goes. The Guardians, they took care of the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday, 4-2 the final there. They'll be in Houston tonight to take on the Astros. All right, are you ready for our Player of the Week?
I am ready. Are you ready?
Okay, yes. Our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union, is J.J. Barnhart. Here's why this is important. J.J. was the first ever Ross County pentathlon athlete, but he finished the Olympics with a silver medal. But there was a scoring issue that has been discovered, and yesterday or earlier this week, he was awarded the gold medal because that's where he should have come out on top.
And it was his first time ever competing in this event.
Yes.
And he won a gold medal.
So he comes away with gold, although he had silver. I'll trade that in for gold.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So congratulations to JJ. Way to go, and good luck with the continuing efforts that you have. I mean, do you try and repeat, or you just say, you know what, I won it the first time out, I'm not going to do it again?
I mean, yeah, you have 100% success rate. I'd never do that event again.
I think he's probably going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Once again. So if you've got a player that you would like to nominate as our Player of the Week, simply go to our website where you can see all of the 2026 Players of the Week thus far, except for JJ. I've not put him in yet. I'll get that in. I've got it pulled up on the computer to put it in here in just a bit. But send us an email, littermedia@gmail.com, and make sure you tell us about your athlete, and make sure they're an amateur athlete, which includes Chillicothe Paints players. But if, back when they were professionals, we'd have to say, sorry.
Right.
Nah, baby, nah, as they say. Also, another baseball note, I want to say congratulations to Jeff Brantley. This was posted by the Cincinnati Reds just like 2 minutes before we clicked go with our show today. He has been named a member of the College Baseball Hall of Fame. Mississippi State University is where he went to school. He's already this year been inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. And he was a high school athlete in Alabama. Of course, played for the Reds from 1994 to 1997. Was with the San Francisco Giants as well. And now he's in the broadcast booth as the Cowboy. Jeff Brantley.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Jeff. We had a chance to have several conversations with Jeff over the years, and haven't talked to him for a while, but we were standing in line at an affiliate's luncheon one day, and he was just eyeing those cookies. He could not get his mind off those cookies.
What kind of cookies were they?
They were gourmet cookies of some sort that they made up in the big press, or not press box, we were in the luxury box at down at the ball stadium there, Great American Ballpark. So yeah, he likes his cookies. He likes his ice cream. He's a big UDF ice cream guy.
I've got a brownie over there on my desk that I'm going to tear into later.
I've got lunch sitting over my desk waiting on me as well. I might be doing the same thing. All right, that's a look at sports for you today. Coming up, this date in history, and what we're dealing with as we take a look at national days.
Of course.
All coming up.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. You can find out more at litterpropane.com.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Now it's time for This Date in History, and we know what day it is, but we need to learn the history behind it.
And this is a one-liner right here. Yeah. 1865, Union General Gordon Granger declares slaves free in Texas. Now the date, the end of the slavery is celebrated across the United States as Juneteenth, and I cannot imagine what it was like in Texas. They were still, going through slavery after it had been wiped off as far as, the rest of the country. You get out to Texas and it's like, finally, what do you mean? What? We're free? Cannot imagine what that feeling would have been like for those who were enslaved.
Yeah.
But now they are free. 1865. So this was after the Civil War, obviously.
And as I was on the On This Day site where we pull our This Date in Histories from, there was another that kind of stuck out to me. 1846 on this day was the first official game of baseball between two teams in New York. And it really stood out to me that baseball has been around for almost 20 years longer than the end of slavery in the United States. I've never thought about those two things in comparison with each other as parts of history, but the overlap you wouldn't expect almost.
And 20 years can sound like a long time, and it also can sound like a short time. I mean, you think back, we're talking 2006. Those of us who lived through 2006, it's like, man, that was just like yesterday. No, it wasn't. It was 20 years ago. Mm. And so our memory plays on us. I think about, I will have been out of high school for 46 years this year. And I'm like, but it seems like yesterday. Where have the last 46 years gone? And I'm finding the older I get, the faster it seems to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember being 25 and thinking I got my whole life ahead of me. And now I'm closing in on 65, and I'm like, where did it go?
Yeah.
And he wasn't even around for 2001.
Yes, I was.
Or, well, in order to remember it.
No, I don't remember.
When 9/11 happened. That was kind of like me with the assassination of John F. Kennedy. I was 11 months old, 12 months, no, a year and 2 months old when that happened.
I do know where I was. I was at the babysitter's. But I was like 9 months old.
You know, that was a weird day, 9/11. I had a different experience than a lot of people had because I was at the radio station, but we didn't have the internet like we have today. We had it, I think, on one computer, and it was out in the front office. And we didn't have a TV in the building. So everything I was hearing that happened on 9/11 was coming through CBS radio network and what they were feeding to us. So in my mind, I'm trying to picture what this looks like. And I recall seeing the towers smoking because LJ Fox was out in the front office, and on her computer, she was able to pull that up. That was the only image that I had. But I had the sounds and the, we often talk about the theater of the mind, listening to radio. That's all I had were those pictures. Meanwhile, my wife was home from work that day and was watching it all play out on the TV screen. And so it was difficult to try and grasp.
Yeah.
And I recall 9/11 is also our wedding anniversary. We got married on September 11th of 1982, and we had gone out to celebrate for our dinner. We went to what used to be the Damon's Steakhouse here in town, and we were sitting down talking about the events of the day, and it was just casual dinner, and other folks were walking in. It was 5:30, 6 o'clock, thereabouts. And then once we went out to the parking lot to get into the car, we could hear all this commotion. And there were cars lined up trying to get gasoline because everyone had gone nuts thinking it was the end of the world. They wanted to make sure they had their cars filled up with gas. Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, the line stretched down North Bridge Street. You think it's something now when you're sitting in traffic because of the orange barrels. You should have been there on 9/11 because you couldn't go anywhere. And we managed to get out and around the loop going around 35 and 23, and I looked up Main Street from East Main Street. It was backed up as well with people standing out of their cars saying, hurry up, let's go. It was a crazy time. It really was. And you were there, but you weren't old enough to...
I was 9 months old.
...gain any understanding of it and what our country was going through that day. So that... for you would be like me hearing from those who lived through Pearl Harbor and what happened there.
Yeah.
I lived it vicariously through stories and what I had seen, but to have actually witnessed it, it's a much different thing. It really is. All right.
We've got national days today.
We do. Let's share those.
It is Free BSD Day, and you looked up what BSD is.
It's all computer stuff.
It's like an operating system.
Yeah.
It's Garfield the Cat Day. There's an interesting Marion, Indiana tie-in there. The creator of Garfield is from...
Jim Davis?
Yes, he's from that area.
Is that right?
Because it takes place in Muncie.
Okay.
The Garfield comics.
Gotcha.
But there is a Garfield trail in Marion, Indiana, where there are Garfield statues at local businesses all over the place. I think there's 12 statues, and you go find them all.
I've never been a big Garfield fan.
He's all right.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's a really big Garfield fan.
Is that right?
Yeah.
My apologies to your friend who's a big fan.
Juneteenth, of course. It's also Watch Day and Wear Blue Day.
I am wearing neither a watch or anything blue.
Maybe we need to get you a watch.
I used to wear a watch all the time, and then this thing came along. And now I've got the time with me wherever I go.
I wear a watch, and I'm wearing blue.
Yeah.
Because I read these ahead. Dan didn't read this yesterday.
Well,
I made a note to myself to wear blue
It was
today.
your Christmas gift from your mother.
Yeah.
Who's probably still watching the show. Thank
Probably.
you, Amy. Appreciate that. What about the weekend?
There's a lot on Sunday. I'll let you read Sunday. But Saturday we got American Eagle Day, Hike with a Geek Day.
Oh, there you go. What are we doing this weekend? Where are we going?
Ice Cream Soda Day, Queen Amman Day, and I looked this up during one of our breaks. It's like a cookie dessert type thing.
Uh-huh.
Vanilla Milkshake Day, and World Martini Day. That's all tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sunday we've got
Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all of you who are fathers out there. It's also Arizona Day. Is that when Arizona became a state?
Probably.
I think it was 1912.
Maybe.
Day of the Gong. Not sure what this... I remember the Gong Show. I don't know if that's the same thing or not. Daylight Appreciation Day. And we do appreciate the daylight. Go Skateboarding Day. I've never tried to ride a skateboard.
I think I tried when I was a kid and I couldn't do it.
I have been down...
I'd rather ride a bike.
Where they will have it complete one of these days, but the concrete is set for the skate park in Yaktangi Park, and all of the ramps and everything are sitting over there. They just have yet to assemble all of that, and I'm sure it'll come along as they get closer to the end of what they've been waiting on with all the construction. Peaches and Cream Day. I have had peaches and cream. It's Selfie Day. You're going to take a selfie during the show?
I don't take a lot of selfies, so
okay,
probably not.
Smoothie Day. It's Seashell Day for Sally. Wagyu Day.
I like Wagyu steak, beef.
Ah, gotcha.
It's real marbled. It's like the highest quality you can get.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Summer Solstice Day is coming up Sunday, the first day of summer. Ann and Samantha Day.
Who are Ann and Samantha?
I do not know.
Okay.
Turkey Lovers Day. And again, Father's Day, and summer begins.
All right.
Actually, I don't have the time on when summer begins. I usually look that up, but it being 2 days away, I haven't looked it up yet. It'll happen this weekend.
Yeah, sometime on Sunday.
Yeah. There'll be that moment where you're like, oh, man, it feels like summer.
Yes.
And it will be summer at that point in time. All right. That's it for the program today. We do have some things planned for next week. We will let you know what all is happening on Monday, which includes the groundbreaking for the new visitor center in Yaktangi Park. In fact, I will not be here for the show because I will be there for that show.
So Monday, it's just me, is what you're saying.
You're on your own, buddy.
Okay. I'm learning this at the same time as you guys, by the way. For Dan Ramey, I'm Aaron Glandon. We'll see you Monday on another edition of Litter Media Live.